Okay, we're here at the round table, which is kind of unusual to wrap up. It's been a fascinating night. What a lovely B&B here. You can tell that it is a labor of love with the furnishings here and all that. It's an ongoing thing, I'm sure. Very collectible things here, and we did have a fascinating night as far as the paranormal is concerned. So we'll start with Jim. He's across here. And Jim, tell me what happened to you tonight.
Well, the one thing I held from everybody in the beginning was in the kids' room, where the balls were rolling around.
Yeah.
When we were setting up the cameras, I took the tripods, as you know, they're plastic.
Yeah.
And I put the camera on the tripod. And when I'm doing it, I put it down, and one of the legs started going down. The latch was undone.
Oh, and you had latch?
I had latched it, yeah, because I left them standing when I went up. So then I relatched it, fixing the camera back on there, and the back one went down. So what we did later on, we went back in that room, me, Dave, and Allison, and we're up in there, and I asked specifically if that was anybody who was messing with them in their setup. We got torch confirmation that they were screwing around.
And with those cameras, it's a clamp. You just push them and they click, and that's it. And they're locked.
Well, the legs, and remember, they're plastic, and they slide easy.
Yeah.
They're a plastic tripod. So.
Wow. Anything else happened during the investigation?
Well, everybody, a few of us are going to report there.
Go ahead and say it. That's okay.
Some, I'll say a strong energy field, like a good old goosebumps.
Mm-hmm.
I'll compare it last time when we did Bedazzled.
Yeah.
Almost a field where I just couldn't get through.
Right. It
And
felt.
we could chase it around the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Found it in the closet over by the shelving unit, in between two chairs, and it was all over Dave.
And the K2s were responding. They were going off all over the place here and there, and going away and coming again. And
I don't know of any human that gives off a reading for a K2.
No.
I witnessed 2 people.
Yeah, exactly.
With K2 readings on.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's neat. Did we see anything on the DBR gene? Did anything move? Did the balls move? Or
no, the balls didn't move.
Okay.
We just saw reactions of people in the room.
And the K2 hits and all that?
Yeah, the K2 hits, we saw a lot of those.
Right.
We could see a lot of those when everybody was in the
Responding.
parlor.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually, where we had the electric charge, I was sitting in the smaller chair, and each time I sit in it, I had chest pains. Both times I actually sit in it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it was from, but each time I sit in it, I could feel it. It was like heavy on my chest.
And that's the same room where you had the electricity in the back of your head where your hair was standing up? And the K2s were responding to that.
Yeah.
Actually, all 4 of us sat in that one spot, and we all felt that. And I was the last one to try, and I was just, you know me, I'm Mr. Debunk. I was just saying, it's not going to happen. I'm going to be steadfast in this, and it happened anyway. So there's definitely a field in there. I don't know if it's the couch or the room itself or what. But there's something going on in that room, for sure. And there's a lot of things going on in this house. And actually, you could probably spend a week here and find different things, I would think. I'm guessing, but the way the K2s were moving around tonight and all that, and they would come and go. Anyway, Dave.
Well, got quite a few different Mel readings. K2 readings like crazy. The electrical charges were unbelievable. The hair on my arms were standing up. I was getting goosebumps. The hair on my head was standing up. I was getting him to do it. A couple of times he was so strong that when he left I got nauseous.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he was just having a good old time up there, whoever it was or whatever it was. And but a lot of the one room, we've got quite a few different readings on the bed. We got quite a bit of torching. K2s were bouncing everywhere in the house, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought when we first came in here, we'd have some electrical problems with hot spots. And we didn't really have anything like that. It was so all over the place, you really couldn't get a base. It was just all over the place. It would go up and down, and go away, and come back again. So, anything else, Dave?
The owner and I were playing with the Japanese money box, and we were getting a lot of millimeter readings off of it, and he asked it to go higher.
Yeah.
And it would go higher as he was asking it for it to go higher, the readings.
Right. Right.
Well,
And usually with B&Bs and old homes, when people are trying to fix it up or keep it up, usually they're liked by whoever's here.
right.
Because they're trying to keep it. And if you were here, you would like that, I would think. And then the artifacts itself.
Yeah.
I don't know about that room. I don't know if it's, like I said, I don't know if it's the couch or what it is.
Well, that couldn't be just a couch because we got it in several areas.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I mean that one hot room, it really.
Oh, it's an incredible room.
And what was that room called?
I'm not sure.
They called it the king room.
The king room. Okay.
Because it had a king size bed.
It was definitely king tonight.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
All right, Wendy, my friend.
I had Allison holding the K2 on my head in the king room, and it was kind of going all crazy up right over my head. And then I was with Jen and Ryan, and we were in the music room, and Jen's filming right now, so I'll just say that she had the K2 up on the writing desk, and it was very specific, and it had a hot little spot there. And I tried putting a different meter on the chair and nothing. It was right there on the writing desk, and it was pegging all the way to red over and over again.
Right.
And then it vanished just as quick as it came.
Right. And that is not normal. If it was a light switch or exposed wire, it would be there all the time.
There was a lamp sitting on the desk, and we put meters right up against the lamp, seeing if it was giving off an EMF, and there was nothing.
Right. Ryan is our new trainee. What was your experience tonight, sir?
I had couple good things. We had in the garden room. We had this scent of a floral smell, almost like lilacs.
Yeah.
That brushed through. Only a couple of us smelled it, but it came through like 2 different times.
What happened was I smelled it, the owner smelled it, and we were higher than the girls. The girls were on the floor or on a chair, and we smelled it first, and it was very pronounced. It smelled sweet and old, like a church lady would wear. And the smells are really cool when they happen because they don't happen that often. And that was, and then it went away. So that was kind of cool. You experienced something on the steps.
Yes. As we were sitting in the room, it was Wendy and Jen and I. And we were sitting there just talking and just kind of looking around and said, could you give us a response other than just a torching response, which had been the only constant up till that point. And as we were sitting there, me and Wendy heard the footsteps walking, it sounded like somebody walking downstairs. And we were looking out there, well, as we looked out and Jen was walking towards the steps out of the hallway, we could hear somebody walking up the steps, and we could actually see the light change, like somebody was actually walking up the steps.
Yeah. And
we asked Jen, said, do you see anybody? She said, no.
And it was right before I got called upstairs.
And that's what we thought it was you at first, but then when they called you and you came out, we were like, well, it wasn't Rick.
And it was, and the reason why I got called upstairs because they were having activity in the king room, and while I went upstairs, and actually I couldn't find it first, but Jen showed me where the room is because I didn't do a proper walk through because I was doing stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so I got up in there and I was filming, and people were having magnetic fields behind their head, and they were taking turns feeling it. And you could actually put the K2 behind their heads. It's on film, and while doing so, I felt something on my back, and normally I'm a debunker. I really want to debunk this, but I can't. I felt something on my back, felt like I was rubbing against something, or something poked me or did something. And I started thinking about it, and I think, I don't have a belt on. I have sweatpants on. There's nothing to jab me. And so I said, that can't happen, to myself. And then it happened again. And so I gave Jim the camera, and we went around, and there was a red mark that was on my back about that long or so. And I pointed where I thought I got something, and it was there.
Yeah,
So,
you can see that light well, probably about 3 inches.
Yeah, about 3 inches long, very light, almost looked like a slight scratch.
so I mean, I have had physical things happen. It takes a lot for that to happen, and it takes a lot for me to admit that it happened. But it happened, and I can't deny it didn't. I wish the heck I could debunk it, to be honest with you, but I can't. So it's one of those conundrums where you either want something to happen, but you want to debunk it, but I can't do it. So I think that, for me, was a significant thing. And then we all tried turns in sitting in that one spot on that couch in that room, in the king room. We all had a feeling of electromagnetic fields behind us. The K2s were going off just like they were supposed to, with that going on. And like I said, I was the fourth one to try. This is after I got scratched. And I got in the chair, and I was trying not to get into the zone where, you know how one person says they feel something and then you think you could. I was trying not to go there, and I still felt it at the end. I was fighting it, and all of a sudden I felt it. So there's no denying that. We have to, of course, review all our recorders. Everybody got new earphones for Christmas, so we ought to be able to get some K2s. Not K2s, but recording heads. Yeah, exactly. I'm tired. Well, we'll be getting some EVPs. I mean, that will clinch this case. But as far as I'm concerned right now, with the experiences that I've had, and of course it's a little bit premature to say, but I will say this, that we had more personal experience here than we've had in a long time on the case. Am I right or wrong?
Oh, yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Okay. So it's been a while since we've had something this intense, especially with the K2s and the personal experiences that we've had. The smell, I mean, we had it all. With that being said, we had a good time tonight. We really did. If you ever get a chance to come by here, it is a show place. Be sure to call them. It is a place to stay. It has some things going on, so they have rooms that they don't have anything going on. So if you just want to stay in those rooms, you can. But if you really want to have something going on, I suggest you go sleep as close to the king room as you possibly can.
And what's the name of the place again?
Oh yeah, it's the Causey Mansion. We all know that. But it's the oldest house in town. It's over 250 years old, and it's really a well-kept place.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So, without further ado, on behalf of Delmarva Historic Haunts,
Lab Group of Gettysburg Paranormal.
good night.
Good night.